Hi, I'm Jackie Smith. This is Community Service Radio's first broadcast. What's today, Russ?
It's Wednesday, the 20th of September.
Okay. And Russ, tell us who you are.
Well, I'm Russell Allen Martin. I'm not just a co-host on this show. I'm a truck owner, semi-truck owner. I'm a family man, married, live in Louisville, Kentucky. Love it. It's coming along great over there, though. And
Tim.
I am Tim Rotelick, also from Louisville, Kentucky. Well, originally from Grand Junction, Colorado. And I've been in Louisville for about 22 years now, which, of course, makes me a temporarily displaced Coloradoan. Make my living right now as a psych nurse, but that's what I do for a living. That's not who I am. Who I am is right here in the pop music studios. Musician, author of the book Dangerous Subversive Heresies, which we'll be talking about a little later, and pilot and flight instructor.
Man, you do it all.
I'm a regular Renaissance man.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
And as you know, I'm Jackie Smith, because I said it earlier, and I own Pop Music Academy, and it's a blast here. We do everything here, from playing around with bands to teaching just about every genre of music, and
vocal
and voice. Absolutely, that's why we're here. Well, one of the reasons.
And I'm a student here myself.
You are
definitely a student. I've been learning music now. It was on my bucket list. I've always wanted to do it. I've been playing guitar since I was about 8, and I'm 61 now. So
wow.
I've been playing it a while, and I never did learn to read music. And I thought,
well, something I noticed is now that you mentioned that is now you guys will be playing. He'll say, "Oh no, that's this or that's that." He knows his chords. He knows how to say what he's doing now. Mm-hmm. You've picked up on that quite well.
Well, I know how to read music now. I'm just not very fast at it.
Don't worry. I
can take it home and figure it out and then come back and do a pretty good job.
Oh yeah.
It's fun.
So, guys, let's throw something out there. Throw me a bone, Russ.
Throw you a bone? Oh,
throw Tim a bone, too.
Maybe we should say, first of all, that we're going to be talking about a lot of different things on future podcasts.
Yeah.
We're going to do a lot of politics. We're going to do a lot of common sense, life experience, and we're going to do some music, which I am really looking forward to. Yes,
that.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you. So I'd like to ask Russ a question. When it comes to the politics part of this podcast, tell us where you're coming from.
Jackie and I was talking about this the other day, and I'm a parent. And when it comes to trying to persuade someone in a direction or other, I'm probably going to take that approach. I'm not going to start insulting them or insulting what they're doing or what they believe in. I would like to just present the facts to the kids, and hopefully their reasoning or their good sense will prevail.
Well, however much good sense you have when you're, for example, a teenager, right?
Right.
You have that many years here, but you've been in school all your life, and your opinions are going to be based on what you know there and your family life.
Well, even a child has a good sense of fairness.
Sure.
Children have a very acute sense of justice.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They will let you know when they perceive something as unfair.
And they know when they've done wrong, and that if they get punished for it, they know that they deserve it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Might not deserve the extent that they sometimes get, but they do.
Both you and Tim have kids, so I don't. I'll defer to you on that subject.
Okay. All right.
Well, when it comes to the politics, I'm actually going to be approaching this from more of a libertarian position. There's just one problem with libertarianism, and I'm probably going to refer to long dead people from time to time. I think it was John Adams said, if all men were angels, no government would be necessary. And if only angels ruled, then no internal or external controls on government would be necessary. Well, the problem with libertarianism as ideal a philosophy as it is, it requires everyone to be almost angels. And so while philosophically I'm a libertarian, politically I have to lean towards conservatism.
Okay.
And sooner or later, people are going to know that anyway just from listening to us.
Yeah,
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
It does. It does. We can kind of use that analogy to the current White House.
Well, like he just said, socialism would be perfect if it worked.
Yeah.
But it doesn't because of the corruption and the human factor in all that. So it's
Just
never going to
look
work.
at the former Soviet Union.
Right.
Look at China.
Look at the United States.
Yeah. Look at North Korea.
Yep.
The liberals in this country are pretty much in charge, and look where we're at.
Another thing along those lines, you can look at the cities that have had liberals in charge of them.
Detroit.
For how many years? 40 years? 50
Philadelphia.
years, 60 years? And look at the shape they're in.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
What shape are they in?
Schools or police forces are a mess,
Large parts of Detroit have just been forsaken by the government. Police do not go into these sections. They're a no man's land.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it's rotting down. It's just abandoned up there, just like around the lake up in southern or
It's bad
northern
news.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just old,
Gary,
rusty
Indiana.
buildings, just monster-sized factories and steel mills all going to the ground.
That's a pretty bad and accurate scenario.
And I would say all that's happened in the last 40 years.
So, what has happened? Business has left America.
Yep.
What's
A lot
one of
of
the
it
reasons
has.
they've left?
The
Taxes.
second highest corporate tax rate in the world.
Yep.
Yeah, even I know that.
Yeah.
And a regulatory state. Bureaucrats just writing thousands and thousands of pages of regulations, every one of which costs money to follow,
Yeah.
to adhere to.
Well, so
And
thinking about this, why don't we talk a little bit about the two candidates that are running for the office of the president?
I don't know much about Hillary except for that I believe and I see that she will lie about anything, it seems like. I don't know a specific lie right now, but I've heard her in
I'll bet you do.
Benghazi was a couple of the things that she lied about.
Well, specifically,
can-
let's go to Benghazi. There were a few things that happened. First thing was what? The tapes that she said. What? Anyone know?
No, let us
Okay.
know.
All right. When she told the parents or whoever it is of the people that died, family members of the people that died, she blamed what happened there on a video.
On an internet video, on
Yes.
YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. Bogus. And then what did she do?
Well, I think not in her defense, but I think that she may have thought she was telling the truth.
Or did she? Because she'll lie at the drop of a hat.
Well, see, that I don't know for sure. But it seems like that would be a reasonable assumption because those guys do get pretty mad at you making fun of them, and they will kill you.
But here's the thing. 24 hours later, it was sometime within the 24 hours, she communicated with her daughter, Chelsea. Mm-hmm. And that communication is recorded. We know. We have records of it. Where she said, we knew it was a terrorist. We knew it was a terrorist attack. We knew it had nothing to do with the video. And then, if you follow the timeline, after she said that to Chelsea, she went back in front of the media and insisted it was the video.
And then what did she tell the world after that? She said, no one died over there.
No
Really?
one died over there.
Oh, yeah,
didn't know
over
that.
and over again. Okay, so she...
My chin is on the table here.
Mine
I
is
didn't
too.
know that.
Yeah. So what do we have here? That's just Benghazi.
Well, that's and this Clinton Foundation. That's just a front.
It's a money laundering operation, is what it is.
Clearly a front.
Can you
Yeah.
help us clarify that?
You know anything?
Well,
about
people make... I mean, they've taken in billions of dollars. The Clinton Foundation is ostensibly a charity. They do a few good things. But that is 15%, maybe,
If
of the
that.
contributions.
And
And I think I'd
probably
like to give an
nothing,
example.
like you said before, there's nothing that they're doing that isn't already being taken care of by
Yeah.
Exactly.
other charities.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Haiti project. The Clinton Foundation and Bush Sr., I believe, was involved in that. And they, I think, collected about $100 million.
Yeah,
For
the Clinton,
that one
the Clinton
event.
Foundation did.
They gave
handle the money.
5% and kept the rest.
And not only that, but if you make a huge donation to the Clinton Foundation, you may find yourself on a government advisory board, which advises people on things that you know absolutely nothing about.
Well, you're definitely going to be a lot better off than you were before you gave the money to them. That's for
yes.
sure. That's
Yes.
what that's
Oh,
all
yeah.
about.
Well, it's special interests.
That pay-to-play thing, I believe, is true.
Yeah, I think it is true. And what I think about that is... So,
Me too.
yeah. So pay to play. Let's talk about that. Anyone have anything on that?
Well, that's what they do.
Let's hear more.
That is what the Clinton Foundation
Who
does.
has been paying her big bucks? Let's talk about countries, or let's just talk about...
Well, what kills me, you're right. Any other country than anybody from any other country than this one should not be accepted. I don't believe that that's...
There are
but they are.
Islamic nations that practice Sharia law that have given her a lot of money.
conflict
and
of
millions.
And
our
guess what they
interests.
want in return? What's happening right now?
Refugees flooding in.
That's what they wanted,
Yeah.
and they're getting it.
Right.
What next? Now where do we go? You know it's here. They're coming, they're here, and they have cells here.
If you believe some people, they have training camps here.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
it's-
Why wouldn't they?
It's just going to get worse from here on out. What you see, I mean, you see reports from Paris where the streets of Paris look like a war zone,
Yeah.
an active war zone.
Okay.
In Britain, you see the same thing.
Yeah.
There's starting to be some kickback in Britain.
Yeah.
Like we said before, the Brexit, the Britain first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we wind this down? This was our first 15-minute broadcast, and I think we've got something here. I think this is going to work out really well. What do you guys think?
I agree. I can't wait for the next one.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it sounds good. Until the next time, we'll see everybody later.